Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes with your host Bert Laporte, Damian Monte Carlo, and Angry Mike D. Alright, sit back and enjoy the ride as they talk about all things that rock and other useless knowledge you don't care about. And remember, every asshole has an opinion. This is theirs. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
All right, we're back. Another episode of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes, episode 200.
200. Yay, 200, man.
And I guess this is we're doing little ABCs of rock on this one. What's the
theme?
What do you call it?
The theme is going to be A to Z. The rules are from A to Z, you pick one band, only one band with each letter, and one album from that band, and one song of that particular album. So it don't have to be your favorite song ever from the band, but it's got to be off that record if you had to pick one song. So we're going to start it off, Dave. Who do you got for letter A?
A. Well, first off, I tried to pick. I don't want to get too in depth with a lot of these things, so I tried to pick like the first band that popped into my head with all these. So obviously the first one for A, AC/DC. And I tried to pick songs that I liked that kind of like a little under the radar. But
what record would it be? It would be what record?
For Those About to Rock, and the song For Those About to Rock.
Okay.
I like the Brian Johnson era a little
bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I know most people, 9 people out of 10 who like AC/DC will probably say the opposite, but I'm the fucking weirdo. That likes Brian Johnson. So,
Mike D, who you got for A?
That's the easy one. Alice in Chains, man. Dirt and Rain When I Die for the song.
Okay. For me, A. I'm sorry, you going to add something?
I was going to say, I was trying to go a little more obscure, but at the same time, it was, it ended up being my favorite ones that I ended up putting in there. So
that's what I did. I pretty much just picked, if I had to pick one album, from that letter of the band, and I just picked the one I would go with. So I went with Alice in Chains, Dirt 2. I mean, so many good songs off this record. So many good songs. Them Bones, Damn That River, Rain When I Die, Down in a Hole. But if I had, it's almost a perfect record. If I had to pick one song off the record, I'd probably pick Down in a Hole. That's what I would go with this one. All right, B. What do you got for B, Damo?
For me, didn't you? Oh, you picked Alice in Chains too.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
B.
Yep.
I got Bon Jovi.
Okay, which record?
7800 Fahrenheit.
Great record.
Track is Only Lonely. It's my favorite.
The Only Lonely. Yeah, that's a good one. Mike D, what you get for B?
Easy one for me. Beatles, the White Album. While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
That should be a no-brainer as far as for a B. I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
Again, it's the first one that popped into my head.
I'll tell you what. If I had to pick one album, one band with the letter B, it's Black Sabbath. And I went with Master Reality's my ultimate Black Sabbath record. And same thing. You got Sweet Leaf After Forever, Children of the Graves on there, Solitude, which I love. But my favorite song is off that record is Lord of This World. It's just a great riff. It's a really good riff. What do you got for C, Damo?
For C, I have Cinderella, album Night Songs, song Push Push. My favorite song on the
album. Mike D.
All right, we're going with the Cardiacs. The album is On Land and in the Sea, and the song is Stench of Honey.
All right. Now, for C, for me, I almost went with Cinderella and I changed it. I almost went with Cinderella Night Songs and I changed it to, I had to think about it, The Cult. Sonic Temple. I had to go with The Cult for this.
Go on.
Great record, man. The song, if I had to pick one song, Soul Asylum. That would be the song. That would definitely be the song I'd pick. I love that song.
Yeah.
All right. We're on the D. What do you got for D, Damien?
D, I've been on a Big Doors kick lately. So obviously it's the Doors from the album "Waiting for the Sun." Uh, Actually, probably my favorite Doors song is "Not to Touch the Earth," which is really heavy,
That's a that's a weird
dark
track. Yeah.
song for them. Yeah,
Yeah. Mike D.
D. Maybe I went a little obscure with this one. Dog Fashion Disco
Okay.
with the album "Committed to a Bright Future," and we're gonna go with a little bit of the psychedelic off of that one with the Acid Memoirs.
There you go. There you go. For D, no brainer for me. Danzig. I went with Danzig 2, Lucifuge. And the one track I would have to pick, Devil's Plaything. Love, that's another perfect record for me. I love that record.
yeah, that's great.
Coming up with E. What do you got for E, Damo?
This was another
I think we're gonna have the same one.
no pun intended for E. This was another easy one, Easy E.
Oh,
The album It's
Ah.
On, Dr. Dre 187 I'm Killer.
There you go.
And
That's
my song
unexpected.
is Real Motherfucking G's.
That's a good one, Dame. All right.
Man,
all right.
I remember it's a quick story. Like Yo MTV Raps, I think, was on Friday night, and Headbangers Ball was on Saturday night, I think.
Right, right.
Headbangers Ball was definitely Saturday. So I think Yo MTV Raps is on Friday. And at that time I used to the gangster rap stuff I liked, because that was like it was like heavy metal version of
Yeah, it was fresh.
yeah, it was like, it was mean, and I used to love all those movies too, like
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood. And
Oh, yeah.
Strapped and all that.
Menace
shit.
to Society, all that stuff.
Menace to Society. I loved.
Love it. It's
that's
one of my
around the
favorite
time
movies.
I stopped listening to rap. I was listening to the old stuff like the Fat Boys, Run DMC, Houdini.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. To me, like that was like the Poison, Motley Crue, and like Eazy-E and Dr.
That's when it
Dre.
started getting like on the hardcore side. Yeah.
Yeah. So that shit was like thrash metal, I think. So,
Yeah.
But that was about like when I was kind of discovering rock music. So I was kind of out of it at that point.
So you went the other way, but
Yeah.
I remember putting MTV Raps on, and I saw this Eazy-E video, and he was totally mocking Dr. Dre in it. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. And it's a total the album is a total diss album, and this is a 100% diss track to Dr. Dre. It was just fucking great.
You know what? Like I remember back in like the mid early '80s, even with rap, there was a lot of diss tracks being
Yeah,
played on the
yeah.
radio and stuff.
Have we done an episode with diss tracks yet? We might have to do an episode with diss tracks.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Maybe that'll be episode 201.
But this Eazy-E record, it's because Dr. Dre kind of started it with Nothing But a G thing, where the guy with the curly hair is supposed to be Eazy-E, and they're kind of making fun of him. Well, Eazy-E was like, "Fuck you, this is my diss track." So the guy in the video they're like beating up Dr. Dre. He's like the guy, but it's I love it, man. I actually know like most of the words on it, and I don't know too many that one, but I love that song.
All right, Mike, what do you got for E?
Hey, tough one, but I'm gonna go with extreme on this one with Porno Graffiti, and the song's gonna be Wholehearted.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good record. My pick is closer to Damien's probably. I went with Eminem. I went with the Eminem Show. And it's got a lot of good songs on it. It's got Clean Out My Closet on it. It's got Soldier. It's got my favorite song on that record is Superman. I just love that fucking song. It's just really cool. Yeah, that's so yeah, I went with the rap too on that, Dame. But the Eazy was a good pick. I didn't expect that one. It was
No, I didn't either.
It was a good pick. All right, we're going to F. What do you got for F, Damo?
F, I have Faster Pussycat from the second album, which I think is a great album. Wake Me When It's Over.
It's their
And
best
the
one.
song is yeah, I think so. Slip of the Tongue.
Okay. Mike Dick?
Oh, this is an easy one for me. Faith No More. Another easy one. Album is Angel Dust. Track Be Aggressive.
Okay. For me, same as Mike as far as the band goes, I picked Faith No More, and I picked the album The Real Thing. I never heard nothing like it when I first heard that. It was so different. When they showed who was singing it, I couldn't believe it was the guy singing it who was singing it. And I was like, this is just wow. His voice was just soulful and so good. and the song would be From Out of Nowhere. That was the first song I ever heard from him.
I had that the next day after I heard that on
Yeah.
Headbangers Ball.
That I probably said it a bunch of times on this podcast. That's a record that I think when that came out, no matter what you listened to, you had that record. Everybody loved that fucking record, man. Everybody
Yeah.
did.
That was really, yeah, there was supposed to be like the next like huge thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess if Mike Patton probably would have been more of a commercial guy, they would have been probably, but Patton does his own thing, you know.
Yeah, they
But,
probably could have went that route if they wanted to.
Oh my God, he had the voice to do it, whatever he want. You know, he's that guy's diverse. Okay, G, what do you got, Damo?
G was Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, and my favorite song on the album, It's So Easy.
Okay, Mike Ding.
Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. It's so easy.
Wow, it's a trifecta almost.
Yes.
Guns N' Roses.
I'm glad you said
Appetite
that
for
first
Destruction.
because I didn't even look it up. I put It's So Easy, and I'm like, wait, is it so easy or is it just easy now? I was like, I'm not sure. So I'm glad Damien said it first.
So I also picked Guns N' Roses Appetite, but the song I went with was Mr. Brownstone. But I love it so easy too.
I thought you would have went with My Michelle.
That was a good one, but I mean the whole record. That's another perfect record. You know, that's definitely a must-have. Okay, moving on to H. What do you got for H, Damo?
H, another band I've been in a big mood on the past couple weeks. I've been in a big Hanoi Rocks and Michael Monroe kick. So H is Hanoi Rocks. Their last album from their original heyday, Two Steps from the Move, which was produced by Bob Ezrin, and the song is Underwater World, which has the line "Welcome to the Jungle," which supposedly
That's where Axl got it.
supposedly. So, but it's a great song, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that album.
It makes sense. He was a big Hanoi Rocks fan.
Yeah.
He pushed him. Mike Day, what do you got for H?
H, a little tough one for me. I went with Helmet on this one. Album Meantime and
cool.
the song
It's a good
Unsung.
one.
It's a good song.
I
Great
Mhm.
song.
love it. Yeah.
I don't know how many people I know like this band, even though they are pretty big, but I picked Hollywood Undead. I like that band.
It's a fun album.
That's a fun record, man. The album's called Swan Song. Swan Songs. And yeah, I mean, I like the whole record, but I'm going to go with the song Undead. The first time I heard it, it's got the keyboards in the beginning. It kind of sounds like Crazy Train. Yeah, it's a fun.
I gotta check
Fun
them out.
record.
I've been seeing their band name for years. I just never.
Yes.
Never heard them.
Start with that record, the first record, the Swan Song. Start with that. It's really, it's melodic, it's catchy, it's rappy, but dancey, but still rock.
I call them a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, they're fun. They're a fun band. Okay, guys, moving on to I. What do you got, Damo?
I have Iggy Pop from the album Lust for Life, The Passenger.
Great song.
Not even the song Lust for
Good
Life.
song.
The Passenger's really cool. Yeah. I like
Passenger. It's a great
Yeah.
song. Great song. I'm not the biggest Iggy Pop guy, but I like that song a lot.
The stuff is good. It's just is great. You know, it's
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of his I
I got like your
don't-
greatest hits. You know,
I never listened to an Iggy Pop album. I only know like a handful of songs by him.
Yeah,
there,
same.
there was a record that came out in the late '80s called Brick, maybe something Brick or something like that. That was a real good record. And then he had that song on the Shocker soundtrack
Oh yeah.
that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really good. So maybe if I got a little more into his collection, I might like more. But I only have like the hits. You know what I mean? But it's the songs that I like. I do like. Mike Day, what do you got for I?
For easy one for me, Iron Maiden, album Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, and the song Infinite Dreams.
Great fucking song. Great song. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Iron Maiden also. And Seventh Son was almost my pick, but I wound up going with Number of the Beast and the song Children of the Damned, even though there's so many good songs on that. But I went with Children of the Damned. All right, Damo, Jay, what you got for Jay?
Jay, I have Judas Priest. The album Streamed for Vengeance. It's my favorite Priest album, and my favorite Priest track is the title track, Screaming for Vengeance.
Okay, Mike D.
Another easy one for me, Jane's Addiction, Ritual de lo Habitual. And I'm going with an obscure song off this one because this one totally grew on me. But this probably my favorite song on the album. I'm going to go with Obvious.
Okay. All right. I went with Judas Priest also, but I went with Painkiller. Song also, Painkiller. That album, I thought Judas Priest was good before that. That album changed my whole Judas Priest thing. Now I love them. And it started with that record, really, how much I like them. And yeah, I love everything they do. It's got to be, like I said, we were talking tonight, actually rehearsal. It's got to be Scott Travis that made that change, you know?
Yeah, he gave him a kick in the ass.
It really did. Coming up with K, what do you got, Damo?
Kiss. And I went from the album Animalize. I've had enough into the fire.
Wow, you went with Animalized.
Yeah, a little
All
deep.
right. That was a dark horse.
Yeah.
Wow. Into the Fire is a great tune, though. That's a great fucking tune. Mike D.
I went with Kiss, The Elder, and
You went
just
with
the
Kiss?
Boy. No, I'm fucking kidding.
What?
No, I went with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh, how could you not?
Album KG and the song Some of Us. One of their more. I mean, it was a release song of theirs, but it's been on my playlist as of recently. So I've been listening to that one a lot.
Speaking of,
Yes, a new album's
released-
coming out.
new single they just released, and it's
Pretty
really
good.
Really
There's-
good.
I
There's
haven't
two
heard
of
it.
them. There's two of them on Spotify.
Okay, it just popped up when I was on there yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, new music. I was like, whoa, let me listen to this, and fucking different than everything sounds fucking different.
Yeah.
And
Damien
that-
might be becoming a fan.
that last album made me a fan because it was just really
Yeah.
really good. And this new song, I was listening to it today or yesterday, and it's a really fucking good song.
Well, I got to check it out. I haven't listened to it. I
It's
might
pretty
listen to it
good.
tonight.
There's two of them. They're both pretty good.
Like they should be. I think it's only a matter of time before people catch on.
I think they are caught on.
They're
I think
starting
we
to
just
catch
don't-
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
starting
a
to
lot of
catch on.
people at work know who they are, But yeah, I think they're going to be like a big deal soon.
Okay, so for K, of course, I went with Kiss, and I went with the first Kiss record. That's my favorite. I mean, it's got Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Let Me Know, Kissin' Time, Deuce. I'll skip the love theme from Kiss, 100,000 Years, and my favorite song on the record is Black Diamond. I mean, that first Kiss record is just so good. It's so good. It's my favorite one. L, what do you got for L, Damo?
We could go Led Zeppelin. We could go L.A. Guns. We could go. I don't know, another band with an L, but I'm going with. I don't know what the fuck is happening to me, man. Really, somebody's got to check on me, but I'm going with Lady Gaga for L.
Wow.
From
Wow.
the new album, Mayhem, and dude, I just can't get enough of this song, Perfect Celebrity. I must have listened to it fucking 15 times yesterday. Like,
Oh my God.
almost my entire fucking way to work. And then I was listening to isolated tracks, just a vocal track, just a drum
Wow.
track. It's fucking crazy. And then I was watching some guy on YouTube, some vocal coach, and he analyzed the whole fucking song in like 20 minutes, like her vocal thing, and I had way more respect for her. When you hear somebody who really knows the theory behind singing,
Yeah, I got to check
explain
that out.
everything, dude. It's like, man, she's after this guy explain everything, like certain words and different voices. He says it sounds like fucking 6 different singers singing this track. I was like, wow, it's. But anyway, I had to pick that song because it's so fucking good.
Wow. All right. Another dark horse. Mike D.
So we're on L. We
Yep.
are going to go with Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti, and the track is In My Time of Dying.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's a good one. I had something different for L, and then I changed my mind. Originally, I had Life of Agony. Love to Let You Down. But I did switch. I'm like, okay, if I really had to pick one with L, and I could only pick one album, it would probably be Led Zeppelin 4, Stairway to Heaven. I mean, it's got to be in the collection, right? So, yep, I went with Led Zeppelin. All right, going on to M. What do you got there, Damo?
And I got
M.
Oh, M. Yeah, M. I have Metallica for my favorite Metallica album, Justice for All, and my favorite Metallica track is Blackened. It's
Great.
another one I
Yeah.
listen to sometimes, like over and over and over.
Damien! Damien!
Another
Yep, all three are the same as Damien's.
Wow.
There you
So
go.
so Mike goes with
great
And
minds
Justice for
over
All.
here.
Yeah. I picked Metallica, and Justice was up there, but I picked Master of Puppets with the song Master of Puppets. It's just unbelievable. And that record, another perfect record for me. Yeah, Master of Puppets, Metallica, title track also. N, what do you got for N, Dame?
And I've been on this another mode I'm on is like this kind of like punky kind of thing going on right now. Then that I've been listening to a lot of that stuff again. And I got New York Dolls from the first album, self-titled album, and the one track is kind of like a hidden gem for me. It's called Bad Girl.
Okay, New York Dolls, Mike D.
Okay, for Anna, I got 9 Inch Nails with the Downward Spiral, and the track is March of the Pigs.
I should have figured you would have picked Nine Inch Nails, right? I picked Nirvana for N. Nevermind. I mean, really good record, and favorite song probably is Something in the Way. It's just such a good, moody song. So that's what I picked for that. Moving on to O. What do you got, Damo?
This is probably my weirdest, most obscure pick, but from and it only came to me because yesterday it popped up. This band recently played a gig, like a reunion gig or something, and it just kind of triggered something. But from the movie, the Decline of the Western Civilization, Metal Years Part Two. For
Odin.
I'm going with Odin. Odin.
No.
Odin. Odin. From their
I don't
album,
know them.
Oh, it's Odin. Yeah, I know Odin.
From their album Fight for Your Life, I'm going with 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
Wow,
12
out of
o'clock
all the
high.
out of all the O's, you picked Odin.
Yeah. Dude, I love that song. I love that song.
Wow. Mike D. what
I
do you
thought
got?
O was a little tough, but I went with Oingo Boingo and the album Boingo, which is their final album, which is pretty much different than any of their other albums. It was more of a rock album. And the song I went with off of that one is War Again.
I mean, O was easy for me. Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, I had to pick an Ozzy record. And I love all Ozzy stuff, but I'm going to go with Diary of a Madman is my favorite record. And Over the Mountain. It's the drums. I just love the drums.
Yeah.
Great record for me. P, what do you got for P, Dame?
P, I'm going with Poison, but I'm going with probably like an album hardly anyone even listens to. It's my favorite Poison album. In fact, I got it. Capitol Records kind of shelved it in the mid '90s, and it came out like around the 2000s. But I bought a bootleg of it, and fucking album is great. But it's the album Crack a Smile. It's got Blues Sarsenio on guitar.
Yeah.
And it's
Under the radar.
way
Definitely
under
under
the radar. It's a Poison album in the '90s. It
Yeah.
sounds like the way you'd expect Poison to be in the '90s. Like not quite mature, but not fucking childish.
Is that the record with the Emperor's New Clothes or something? Is that on there?
No.
No.
That was like the CC. That
Oh.
album fucking sucks.
Oh.
I think that was like Holly Weird. But this album,
okay.
it's really good. I mean, it's still got some. It doesn't have the fucking cheesiness, but it still has like some tongue in cheek stuff. But the song is "Shut Up, Make Love," and they actually like poke fun of themselves in the song. It's a really good album. I would definitely
So
recommend it.
their initial records were CC, and then Richie Kotzen did the one record, right?
Right, and then he lasted maybe a year.
And then Blue Saraceno came in,
Yeah,
and then they got back.
with
CC.
CC. Yeah,
Okay.
so this is the one album that they did with Blues that it should have been out in like '96 or something, but
Yeah.
Capitol shelved it and they didn't release it until like 2002 or something when CC was in the band.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If anybody gets a chance, check out some of Blue Saraceno's solo stuff. Some of them songs are really good. Like I got a playlist of him, and it's a lot of good stuff.
Oh, he's a
Lot of
great
good
guitar
stuff.
player. He does like a lot
Yeah.
of movies, a lot of movie songs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff with vocals on it and all, not just guitar, instrumental, and it's pretty damn good. What do you got,
Yeah.
Mike, for P?
For P, easy one for me, Pink Floyd.
Mm.
And I mean, at any time the album could be interchangeable. Today I went with Animals and the song Pigs.
P could have been Pink Floyd, but I went with Pantera. I went with Vulgar Display of Power. That's just a fucking great.
Yeah.
That's just a great record. You got Mouth of War, New Level, Hostile, This Love. Favorite song? Got to be Walk. How can it not be Walk? I mean, you think of Rob Van Dam coming out, ECW. It's one of the best pump songs ever. Coming in at Q. What do you got, Damo?
Q, I went with Queensryche from their EP, their debut EP.
Wow.
My favorite Queensryche song, Queen of the Reich.
That's a great
Everything,
song, though.
Wow.
fucking
You
scream in the middle, the
picked the
drum
first
fill,
one?
the video. It's fucking awesome, man.
I don't
Awesome
remember a
song.
video.
I remember the video.
It was like,
They in like a cave or something like that. It was like something interesting.
She's coming for you.
it's sort of like the Motley Crue Looks to Kill video. Really, it kind of reminds you of that. It's like they probably used the same set and actors in it and got a discount on it or something.
Yeah. That's funny. What do you got, Mike, for Q?
I also went with Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, and the track is Revolution Calling.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, we all picked Queensryche because I went with Queensryche also. I also went with Operation Mindcrime, but the song I picked was Operation Mindcrime.
All good.
Yeah, it's all good. R, what do you got for R, Damo?
I went with Rat, and I love Rat, and my favorite Rat album is the third one, Dancing Undercover, and my favorite track on there, man, is actually pretty heavy, kind of cool guitar riff. Looking for Love. It's got kind of like a heavier guitar riff, and then the chorus is just like typical like pop metal. But that's my favorite track on the album.
Mike D, what do you got for R?
R, easy one for me. Rush, Moving Pictures, and Tom Sawyer.
Great song. I picked Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and Suck My Kiss. I love that song. It's a great album also. And S, what do you got there, Damo?
I got one of my new favorite bands, Starbenders, from their last record, Take Back the Night, the opening track, The Game.
Good tune. Mike D?
This is another easy one for me. System of a Down. Album is Steal This Album, and the track is Ego Brain.
That's a good one. For me, it was easy too. S, I went with Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. I absolutely love this record. Monkey Business. First time I heard it, I was like, oh my
That's
God.
a great one.
I love this record. Every song's good. Another perfect album for me. T, what do you got for T, Damo?
I went with another kind of like punky band from New York. It came out in the 90s, 2000 era, called the Toilet Boys.
Okay.
They put out a self-titled
Love the
album.
name.
Oh, yeah. Led by drag queen singer Miss Guy. I love them, man. Every time they do a reunion show, I always try to get up there and go
I
see
never
them.
heard of him before. I might have to check it out.
I heard it. I heard it.
They're fucking great.
Yeah, that's funny.
But the song is Saturday Night.
Mike D.
I went with Typo Negative. And probably my favorite album by them is Dead Again. And the track is Tripping a Blind Man.
Great song. Typo Negative I went with. Bloody Kisses. I just fucking love it. And the song Black Number One is my ultimate fucking song from them. Love that song. All right. You. What do you got for you, Damo?
Starts getting a little tough at this point.
It gets real tough.
The first one that came to my mind was Union, which was the band with John Corabi and
Pretty good.
Bruce Kulick, from their debut album. They only put out 2 records, but from the self-titled album, Love, I Don't Need You Anymore.
Yeah, it's a good one. Mike D.
Yeah, this was if you want to say by default, and I'm making myself a little nauseous even saying this one. But U2, the album Zeropa, and we're going with the track Numb because Bono's not on
That was
that.
cool. I
like Numb now. That's a good track.
Yeah, I remember the video and everything. I thought that was
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
I also went with U2, but I like the earlier U2, so I went with War. It's got Sunday Bloody Sunday on it, which is my favorite song, and New Year's Day's on that song on that record also, which is a good song. But the early U2 I kind of dig.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to V. What do you got, Damo?
V, I had to go with Vane, one of my favorite bands of all time. And this is, I think, off their 5th album, maybe called Enough Rope. Came out in 2011. And which is a great album. Probably better. I like it better than the debut album. But the track is called Cindy, which was something that they recorded with Steven Adler right when he quit Guns N' Roses. And he's on this track. You could hear him talking in the beginning. But Cindy's a killer fucking song, man.
I got to check it out.
Dirty, fucking sleazy. Really, really cool, killer.
Mike D.
All right, for V, and we're going to be doing this album in a couple weeks. It's a new album coming out by them, but the Viagra Boys. And the album is Welfare Jazz, and the song is called Creatures.
You gonna tour with the
And-
Toilet Boys?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, that's a great name. I was thinking that too. I was like, man, that would be a good billing right there.
All right, V, I'm going for Van Halen. Van Halen's debut record. Running with the Devil. I mean, that whole album's great, but I'll pick Running with the Devil. All right. W, what do you got, Damo?
W. Okay, this is another unlikely one, but we're going old school 80s rap. Mike mentioned them earlier. Houdini. I had the cassette tape.
Yes, I had that too. Probably the same
Escape.
album.
And,
Freaks come out at night.
No, I actually the
No.
one I picked was 5 Minutes of Funk, which is probably
That was I vaguely remember that.
well, the party didn't start till I walked in, and I probably won't leave. I know all the words on that one.
Mike
Uh,
Mike D.
I had it's one of my it's probably my favorite rap song.
Houdini, that's awesome,
Yeah.
man. That's so awesome that somebody else said that.
What do you got, Mike?
I went with Ween on this one, and the album The Mollusk. And the song is Cold Blows the Wind.
Yeah, the Maltz is a good record. I went with Wasp, and my favorite Wasp album is The Crimson Idol, and the favorite song off that record is The Gypsy Meets the Boy. I love his voice. I love Blackie's voice over slow stuff. It just sounds so cool. Okay, moving on to X, which was tough. What do you got,
Mhm.
Damo?
I mean, again, I was trying to just bang them out off the top of my head. I don't know why I didn't think of Wasp. I definitely would have picked Wasp over Houdini, but
Yeah.
XYZ.
Yeah.
They had their debut album, self-titled XYZ, and to me they were like the second coming of Dokken. They sounded just like Dokken, and it just so happens Don Dokken produced the album, so it all made sense. But the song on there that I really like is called Maggie.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mike D.
I went with an early 80s, maybe late 70s British band, Ecstasy.
Oh
Okay,
And
yeah, I remember
The
that.
album is Drums and Wires, and we're going to go with the track Making Plans for Nigel.
Yeah, they were an interesting band.
I got a drum set for the original drummer.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is his name. I can't remember right now.
I don't know, I don't know them by name.
Yeah, well, he was doing a tour about 6 months ago, and him and his entire band came by my work. I met them. He put me on the guest list for their show that they're playing, and
They're kind of old.
I didn't go. They're probably pushing 70, but he was
Yeah.
a super nice guy, really nice.
Yeah, for X, I picked XYZ also, which I thought was a pretty good record, and I like the song Inside Out. All right, guys. Hey, moving on to Y. What do you got, Damo?
Why? I won't but guess.
By default.
From the album 90125, and when I was a little kid, I thought this was Iron Maiden, and the song is "Owner of a Lonely Heart."
Yeah, that was a good song. Mike D.
I went with the Yes album. I've Seen All Good People.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I went with Neil Young Harvest, and I love the song Heart of Gold. I mean, it's definitely a cool song for me. It's got Old Man also on it. Moving on to Z. We're on the letter Z, the last letter. What do you got there, Damo?
Zebra.
I told you he was going to pick Zebra. I told you, Mike.
From the self-titled album Zebra, and the song "Tell Me What You Want," which is, man, vocally it's just like really, really good. I mean,
Yeah, they were a good band. Were they a Canadian band? They remind me of a Canadian band.
nah, they're from like Long Island. New
Wow,
York.
no shit.
Mm.
No shit. Mike D, what do you got?
I
for
went with
everybody?
Frank Zappa, even though the album's The Mothers, but Overnight Sensation, song Camarillo Brillo.
All right. I also went with Frank Zappa, Overnight Sensation. It's my favorite fucking Zappa record. Carmelo Brillo's a good song. I mean, it's got Montana's on it, but my favorite song is Give Me Your Dirty Love.
Great track, too.
Fucking awesome track. So, yeah, so there goes your habit. There goes your thing. Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes, A to Z. That's what albums we would pick. And
A to Z.
yeah, A to Z. It's like a game show without, there's no winners in the game
ABCs
show.
of music, yeah.
There's no winners. Now the next will be A to Z, the worst record from A to Z.
Yeah.
Which would be hard. That would be hard. But yeah. So episode 201 coming up next, and mixtapes and tasty cakes. Have a good weekend. See you next time.